So, would you like to tell us how long you've been a Ghost fan? Because that's another reason why I wanted you on this.
Oh, well, so I can't clock the exact date, but I was roughly a Ghost fan since Popestar. I remember Omega outing himself
Oh.
pre-lawsuit. I didn't know I was a baby fan. Like I didn't know how big of a thing that was at the time.
Yeah.
So I want to say late 2016, early 2000.
Oh, cool.
So
Wow.
I got to see all the Gigapauses, the Cardinal Copias, promos. I got to see all of that. Nil on the stage for the first time. I remember that video when it first popped up.
Oh,
Wow.
so cool.
I think this is especially exciting because I don't think I've ever really talked to someone who has experienced a change of papa. Is it? Would you say that you liked Cardinal in the beginning?
I didn't.
Hmm.
I'm not afraid to admit this. I'm super neurodivergent, so Papa 3 was a comfort character for me.
Yeah.
So when I was like really chill with the change, it was the chapter where they all got needles.
Oh, yeah.
And then they put Copia. Like I was super chill thinking Nil was going to be the next guy. I just didn't know how they were going to pull it off.
Oh,
but then Copia came on screen and I like freaked out. I was like, no. It's not him.
Yeah.
No. And then the day after that chapter, they put Rats out. And then I was like, okay, he's cool. He can stay.
I love that. So obviously you've seen the shift of aesthetics and ideas for each album. And Pear is my favorite album, I will say. I really love it. It has the most playability for me. But do you have any ideas on like what the next album is gonna be? Or hopes and dreams for it?
I'm really hopeful for like a lot of people that we're gonna go towards more darker or heavier.
Fingers crossed. I hope.
I'm one of those people that I don't really have a horse in the race of do I want to go back to doom metal or do I want to stick to glam rock, because I like all of it.
Okay.
It really just depends on what Tobias wants to dip his toe in, and hopefully it goes to like more 80s inspired.
Yeah.
So like I don't know, I forgot what they call it, like death rock. I'm not good at genres, but
Yeah. Is it goth rock?
I think it's
something
goth
like
rock.
that.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Love it.
Everyone tells me all the different genres, and I try to learn them, but
There's
I'm like, I don't know the nuances.
Yeah.
I still really like the genre. I once heard being called Baphomet pop. I love that for Ghost. I love that. So that's what
awesome.
I love that genre. I don't think it's a real thing, but yeah, I think it's really fitting.
Let's make it a real thing.
Yeah, let's make it. Speaking of the new album, have you thought about a potential release date? What you can imagine it being?
This is going to be a not straightforward answer. I feel like it's going to be mid next year, because it will really depend on what the end of this month brings. But we still have the movie. We still have a potential final gig, because there's no way he just left Australia the way he did. Like, there is something. Let me believe that. So I feel like also he has the luxury to record a little bit more. So he would want to put that time into it. So I'm thinking mid next year, late next year.
Do you think
sooner for Lucky?
Do you think that there will be an additional, I don't know, call it a live album from the LA recordings?
Please. Please.
Give us 20s. Swedish man, give it to us.
Dude, you don't understand how nuts everybody we went when that happened.
Because you were there, right?
I was there both nights, yeah.
Both nights, dude.
Yep.
Insane.
I was actually in the bleachers the first night.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So the skeletons were in a dance number, but when I was in the bleachers before they came out and before they dropped the song, me and the people I was sitting with, we looked and we're like, why are all those skeletons behind the instruments? Like, what's about to happen?
Yeah.
Is Copia gonna get jumped on stage?
The panic starts.
my friend also went to both LA nights. You were dressed as Cardinal, right?
I did both nights, yeah.
Yeah, my friend was like, Sabrina, there's this so fucking cool Cardinal cosplayer. She told me, and I'm like, show me. And then I saw the pictures of you, and I'm like, oh my god, I love that. I love that.
It is so cute. I really do love it.
Is.
Thank
yes,
you.
it is.
Thank you so much. She's actually a very sentimental cosplay for me. That was my first ritual cosplay, my first meet and greet cosplay too. So,
Aww.
So getting full circle there, and that night was pretty cool.
Did he say anything? Like, obviously, did you do the meet and greet with the Cardinal, or yeah? Did he say anything about it?
Jealous.
I actually got a moment with him. And then afterwards, I was like joking because I was so nervous. I was like, because he was in his black suit. That's when he did Pale Tour. And I go, it's such a shame that you're not wearing your cassock. We could have been twinsies. And he was like, oh yeah, you know.
Oh my god, that's so Cardinal coded.
I love that.
He's so funny in person. Like when you do a meet and greet, he stays in character the entire time, and then he makes amazing eye contact. But he's just as a lovable dork. Yeah. Everyone gets
Don't look
freaked
at
out
me.
by that.
Don't look at me.
He'll look right in your soul, but then he is just as much as a lovable dork as he is in the chapters.
Love it.
Oh my god.
He's cute. We love him. We don't want him to go.
No, kind of. Kind of, maybe a little.
Sabrina's ready for era. What is it now? Era 6.
Listen, yeah. Cardinal is my absolute favorite. I've said that many times. I've never got to experience him. And as much as I love Copia, because like Papa, he's my first Papa, and he always will be. But you know, it's like it's time. I think it's time for a little change. I think I've had about enough.
A lot of people feel that way. He's I think Slavgul said it the best on Tumblr, is that just his character arc is complete. There's really not a whole lot they can do left. So it's time. But hopefully he'll go drink his juice boxes and ride his tricycle into the sunset and be fine.
Do you think there's going to be another Papa soon? And what would you kind of hope his personality would be like?
I was thinking about that. I honestly don't know. Just because eras 4 and 5 shook up the formula so much. I'm really big on the Papa Nil gets young again theory.
Please don't manifest that shit.
Well, just the chapters focus so much on him, and
they really do.
That's true, yeah.
So I'm like, there's either it's just more marketable or that's what we're heading to. But I was thinking about this last night. There would have to be a Papa character just because for all the people who are casual fans, market wise, if you would say, oh, we have a new character, they probably wouldn't know who you're talking about. But if you said Papa Emeritus, they'd be like, oh, Ghost, yeah, I know what that is.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It is. And yeah, why are the chapters so nihil focused? That is actually, I haven't thought about that. God damn.
They really are. Like, he just seems to be getting stronger each episode.
He's a force ghost now? Like,
yeah, he shits himself. Like, what's going on?
So,
is Mr. Saltarian gonna roll out a crypt of a new Papa? Like, what's going on, guys?
Yeah.
Love that you've mentioned Mr. Saltarian. I think we have already asked every guest, what is your opinion on Mr. Saltarian? Who is he? And why is he there? And what does he want?
Listen, I am his number one fan.
Yes.
I love Mr. Saltarian. I'm not sure what he's going to be, but from those small hints, he's definitely more ministry important than we think.
Mm-hmm.
And he's also some sort of guide, hence like the Kung Fu mentor references.
Mhm.
I think he's going to be responsible for helping either usher Copia out or usher the new Papa in.
Oh, okay. I love that.
Do you think he's more on, Nihil's and Sister's side or more on Copia's side?
I think he's more aligned to Sister. I don't think he
Ooh.
cares about the bloodline.
Hmm.
He literally made Copia clean up a mess and look so annoyed.
True, yeah.
It told him to his face, like, what was what. So he strikes me as one of those characters that's more for the cause than like the people who think they're running it.
Okay. I love that. I know when your time is up. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Like, he's like, I don't care about you. I care about the message, which is, what was the old clergy message? Overthrow the government.
Yeah.
Yes.
and spread rock music.
So with you saying that you don't really have something in mind when it comes to the new Papa, do you think that we will see a change in the movie, or do you think it will be with you proposing the idea of a last concert, maybe?
You know what? I wonder if it's going to be a prelude to the last concert. Because one of the things that struck out to me that was filmed was in LA was the he would put on the boxing robes and then his boxing robes. So it's like, are we getting a movie based on him in his last-ditch efforts to stay, or him fighting to get to a certain point where we no longer need him?
Oh.
So I think it's going to be Copia either fighting for his place or fighting to get to a place. And then the movie is going to end with like the info for the next guy.
I would totally love that.
Yeah.
Because in the episodes too, he's playing the Driving Miss Daisy video game, and it says like, "Do you want to stay or leave?"
Yeah.
And we don't know which one he picks. And yeah, you were there at LA. We said that. And he did the boxing gloves, and in the episodes, Mr. Saltarian was training him with that. I mean, I hope that's in the movie. I would like to know what the fuck that's about.
Because it was so random. Because we were like, because it went from if you have Ghost, this amazing acoustic,
everybody's crying.
Yeah, everyone was like in tears. He was given like this heartfelt speech.
Yeah.
We're like, oh my god, he brought it back. And then all of a sudden, Ashley, the fashion, the fashion lady came on, gave him this robe, and we're just like,
the fuck is that?
and it was great. It was great. And then he was like punching people and then running under the stage.
What the fuck?
Oh, he was punching at people, I should say. He wasn't knocking fans out.
Imagine. I mean, go ahead. When you were at it.
Yeah, there's a few that could use it. Peace and love.
Damn, Jay.
Anyway.
So it's like what was the transition for? What's the context?
It feels like a fever dream.
Yeah, my friend was like, after night 1, she was like, yeah, there's probably going to be something happening on night 2, like there's going to be some crazy boxing thing, and she was like, no, it just happened, like, again, it's like, what is going on? So weird. But yeah, she was also, thing you just mentioned about the speech, that she was mentioning the speech being so important for the fandom, and she cannot wait for everybody to hear it in case they're going to put it in the movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she said that it was kind of like the thing that he said in the Metal Hammer interview about the fandom being kind of lonely and people, something like that. Is that kind of what you remember?
I honestly was so kind of like caught up in the moment. I don't remember a lot of the speech. Yeah. I like also night 2. I was fighting for my life to not pass out. So,
no.
Well, I was there since 4 a.m.
Oh god.
Whew. So got barrier.
Did you get it? So. Okay, I was gonna ask. Like, I hope it's worth it that you got barrier.
Oh yeah.
Good.
But I feel like I remember it was a lot of the old, if you have ghost speeches, a lot of things get better. I feel like it was either in that speech or in a separate thing he said. He mentioned sometimes it's your time to go or things change and that's okay. And that, like the very typical, sometimes it sucks right now, but then you start thinking about the good times.
Yeah.
And a lot of that. So
Aw.
that's at least the little I remember.
How sweet. I love that. And I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna cry. Let's just say that.
Can't wait. I'm going to cry
We'll
all
host
throughout
a
the movie.
ghost viewing party. We'll all cry together.
A
I'll
therapist
be a
on
brat.
standby.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, do you have like any favorite goals or goalettes?
Do I?
Spill it.
So Omega is always my number one. Miss him a lot. I'm happy he's doing his own thing. MCC is always great. I feel like Cumulus is one of my favorites.
Love her.
I love her. I love her voice. Every show I went to, I made that I got barrier. I made hearts at her, and she hearted back at me.
Aww.
Love her.
And then Aurora, in like when you see her at rituals, is so incredible. Like,
Absolutely.
she's
So
her energy
energetic.
is killing it. She's really good.
It's just a non-answer, but it's like I love all of them for so many different things.
Yes. Yeah.
A very diplomatic
But
answer.
like Aurora's like vocals have like her and Swiss's vocals, especially for Respite, have just enhanced the experience of the ritual.
Absolutely.
So they're all yes.
Do you think there will be any change for the new era when it comes to the ghouls and the ghoulettes? Like, do you think everybody will stay, or?
I can't really see anybody leaving.
Okay.
Especially with how chemistry based they are now, and how they seem to have worked it out to a specific way. Like everyone's been here since, well, mostly everyone's been here since Prequel. So I think everyone kind of found like their balance with each other. It seemed like everybody they kept for the new lineup too, Phantom and Aurora, they work really, really well. I can only see someone leaving if they're ready to do a personal project or they're just not in the mood for touring. But
sure.
I don't think anyone has a reason, well, that I'm aware of, leaving. But I don't work for them, so I don't know.
Interesting.
You've seen costume changes. Sorry.
No, that's kind of what I was about to say. Yeah.
Yeah, do you have it like any hopes? Do you think they're gonna keep like the same outfits for the next era or do something different?
I want the devil mask back a little bit, but I wouldn't mind we'll see if album 6 is Empire based too. We might still have a military uniform, but like I wouldn't mind the look of after the conquering, after the military need, after all the fighting, the Empire is built. Okay, so is this the era of peace or the era of backstabbing and politicalness? Like,
exactly.
So, like, are we gonna get aristocratic-looking ghouls again? Like,
ooh,
be kind of cool.
Yes. Ooh, that would be cool.
It would be.
As long as they keep their horns, that's all that matters.
Oh yeah,
them to be cool.
Yeah. They will stay. I'm pretty sure.
Let's hope.
I'm pretty sure about that. Speaking of the vibe, the aesthetic, whatever, do you think they will, when it comes to the stage, the live shows, do you think they will stick with that theme they have going on right now? The little bouncy castle in the back, it looking very medieval, whatever. Do you think that will stay?
Oh yeah, we'll probably just get updated, probably like little set pieces that can be moved in and out.
Yeah.
That probably look more like crypts or the ministry, but we'll definitely get like a new, stained glass background, I'm sure.
Sure, yeah, like, yeah.
I love the stained glass backgrounds.
They're so many details in them.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes. So, love them.
I love how we get so many opinions and my head is just like full of things
I
that every
know.
person.
Even your answers are different from our other two guests that we just had, and this. Oh,
And-
I'm freaking out. I love it.
And you're I think you're the first guest that has something to say about the ghouls, I believe. No one has really been into the ghouls yet. I think.
Love the ghouls.
I think that's right. I mean, neither Jillian nor I really am into the ghouls, so it's really.
I have my favorites, but we're like front man people. Like we are Papa. I will focus all my energy on that man. Bring back the military jacket, Tobias.
Everybody says that.
That was so it's so funny because when back in the day, I was actually surrounded by a lot of fans who like I had some close friends who they were all about the ghouls. Like
Really?
we were like, we know who Tobias is, we know who he is, we know his work. Like let's give some of these other musicians some love. It took me, I want to say, a good year before like I broke immersion to go check out who all the musicians were, because that was before the Christmas pictures where they're like, yeah, cat's out of the bag, we can talk about it now. So it was showing them love, and I loved what I found. So I loved getting to see where everyone's music comes in and like what they've done and what they bring to the stage that maybe isn't in the studio version, because he's very particular about how he said that in interviews. He's so particular about how he wants his album to sound.
Yeah.
But it's completely different on stage.
Yeah.
So, like, I love getting my paws on anything I can find.
So are you into the solo projects from the ghouls and the ghoulettes right now?
Yeah. I admittedly I could be into them more. But I've supported Ether.
Yes.
I have a couple of vinyls from him. I got one that I didn't realize has his old cat has a signature on it.
Oh my
god. Him and Cumulus, they did a live show in New York. So I was really into that. I've supported hers, where I got her little mad necklace.
She's so cute. Yeah.
She is such a doll.
Cute.
Love her so much. And Aurora, one of her songs is in my top 30 for Spotify rap.
Really?
So
her outfits.
Her aesthetic is amazing.
Her whole album aesthetic is so beautiful, and I want to copy it. Oh, I want that.
Yeah, she's goals.
Yeah. Yes.
So, and then just everybody has something interesting, and I've taken time to look through all of them, and those are the three that stand out to me the most. But all really good work.
Yeah. Absolutely agree. So many interesting things. If you don't mind, we could maybe come back to the movie. Do you think it's going, like, when do you think it's going to be the release date? Just very blatantly.
Okay, so this is what I'm hoping. I'm hoping we get a tease for the release date this Easter.
Oh,
what makes sense?
Maybe a trailer.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that we get it released around Halloween.
Oh shit! Okay, cool.
Yeah. So
could you imagine a Halloween drop?
Oh, that would be amazing. Oh my god.
Yes, please.
Yeah, so it's the only thing like I can think of, because other than those specific holidays, the drops just happen.
Yeah.
And we're never prepared for it, but then they're here, and it's like, oh. Okay.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
saying it will drop maybe around Halloween. And Tobias saying it is part concert. It is a movie with concert elements. What do you think is going to happen in the actual movie part of the movie?
I think it's going to be like the chapters.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's going to be too serious, but serious enough. I can see them wrapping up Copia's arc, kind of revealing, Mr. Saltarian. There's going to be tons of jokes, I'm sure, We're gonna figure out what's happening with the boxing gloves, stuff like that. And then I think it would be kind of cool if it was like a reality show where it interviews him, so he's like in a back room.
Oh my gosh!
About the concert.
That's
like
crazy.
propaganda almost.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It would be like, I would love that if it was like a propaganda.
Yes.
You're the actual. Like,
that would be. Can you imagine?
You're the second person to suggest that. We've also had someone saying, "Oh, maybe it's like The Office." Just the ghouls maybe shitting on their boss. That would be kind of funny. I would die.
And I will shimmy at this motherfucker every time he comes over.
God, Swiss. God, we love Swiss. I would love that too, especially because I love the official page when they let the ghouls be on a TikTok and it was Choose Your Ghoul. Like, please, can we have them in the movie?
So you think
you definitely want him to be in the movie?
Yeah.
I would love for them to be in there too.
Yeah. I'm hungry for any and all content, so it's just like
give us something,
all of it,
and I don't care what it is, something.
Like, please, sir. Please.
Just a crumb, please.
Like, I love you all so much.
The trailer is going to break this fandom. I'm just going to stay off Twitter for maybe like a day or two.
3 to 5 business days.
Yeah, no.
God.
It's going to be rough.
Oh, we're all going to be just like... I remember... I'm sure you guys remember this. Do you remember when they were dropping teasers for the Hunter's Moon music video? And we were all getting screenshots and like overanalyzing them. Like, I was convinced that the mask the guy was wearing, I was like, that looks like Papa Nil's old ghoul.
Oh.
This is what we're getting.
Oh.
So we were all trying to figure that out. Like that. What is it, that Sunny in Philadelphia where he's got like the conspiracy board? That was all of us entirely.
Was it
our last guest, Rebel Rain? She was also like, my brain is Sunny in Philadelphia right now. That's all of us.
Was it like that back in the Terzo days? Of course, there weren't like the chapters like the way they are now, but was it kind of like that? Were there actual theories?
Yeah, there actually was. I didn't engage with like I didn't really get into like the big fandom parts until after Raquel, but I can tell you there was some theories for before Cardinal Copia. One was trying to figure out who he was, what he was, stuff like that. One of the biggest theories I remember was there was a promo video where we only saw his wrists and his sleeves
with the cassette,
and everyone was going, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, he's Spanish Inquisition themed."
Oh yeah.
That was one. I'm trying to think because it was so long ago. A lot of people?
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
A lot of people theorized that the ghouls were going to look like plague doctors,
which would have made sense.
Because they had that photo shoot too.
Yeah.
So everyone thought those were the ghouls. People just people weren't expecting the what was before he was Sister's kid. We weren't expecting an outsider of the bloodline. We were just expecting the next guy. And we're like, well, if Papa Nil's not gonna be it, like, who's this guy?
So you
and it was even sorry.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
You're good.
It was even hinted through most of the chapters, like, he's not part of the bloodline. He is not part of it, and we're like,
Dare, do you think Copia is part of the bloodline? Is, in your opinion, is Neil his dad?
He confirmed it on stage a couple times.
Sure, but maybe I always thought maybe I also do believe that Neil is his dad, but maybe I sometimes think he's just like a confused little guy, maybe just let it slip and like, oh no, I'm not that serious, but it makes sense. Even in the chapter he calls him dad, that he says pops and stuff like that. Yeah. Maybe, as you said, maybe they will say something about that.
Maybe that will be explained in the movie.
In the movie, yeah,
That'd be
exactly.
I just remember, because I remember there was theories in the Kiss the Go-Go chapter.
Yeah.
And like I didn't believe it at first because to me it was everyone was like, oh, she touched her stomach, and she stabbed somebody with a cigarette, and I was like, okay, in the 60s everyone smoked regardless if you're pregnant. She's just showing that she's possessive, and of course she's gonna touch her own body. That's what you do when you see someone you like. But that's when the theories really started kicking up, and I personally didn't like that because to me, Copia being bloodline cheapens his character.
Yeah, I agree. And when I watched that, this is why I really like the Antichrist theory.
Yeah.
Because to me, it's like sister's pregnant with him, and Satan is the dad. You know what I mean? And that's what I want. I want Antichrist Copia.
Be cool. I mean, he called her. The Dark One called her when she was in the hospital. So I think that would have been better for him. But with the Doom call and then him on stage, maybe the movie will just elaborate how his dad is clueless and will always be clueless. Maybe even Copia is still clueless.
But do you really think that back in the day when, sister was still pregnant, you really think she was going around for like 9-10 months with this huge bump, and Nihil not even noticing? How did that work?
I think she was gone because she references it in a different chapter. She was like, yeah, I left, but you should just be happy I'm back now. So I wouldn't be surprised if she was just gone
for like
and
years and years
about it, and then after having the baby, getting him in the ministry somehow, she comes back and he's just not going to question it because his girlfriend's back.
Are there any other theories that you're really gung-ho about that you kind of want to happen?
No. Funnily enough, there's not a whole lot of theories. The only really prominent theory I've seen is the Papa 3 coming back theory, or the Papa's coming back from the dead theory, and I think it would be cool, but I'm really indifferent to the idea just because I feel like that wouldn't make a good story for moving forward. As cool as it would be, zombie papas would be awesome, but I honestly never know what goes on in his Tobias's head, so I feel
he doesn't either, probably.
So nothing I'm like really grasping
for.
But I feel like Copia is gonna get like a death exit.
I agree.
That's my only theory.
Yeah, Rebel Rain mentioned maybe he's going to get an end, like not an end, but like a future like Luke Skywalker. He's just like somewhere teaching new cardinals or whatever, like new papas.
Yeah. Quietly exits into the night.
Yes.
Softly.
I joked that on TikTok where I made a video and I was like, what if the audition video he sends takes and he's just going to Hollywood and he's gonna be an actor?
Dude, I had that theory too when that episode released. I'm like, that's how he's gonna go. Hollywood's gonna call him. He's gonna be like, deuces, and then leave.
It would be an open end as well.
I'll prove to you, old man. Yeah.
Open end, him becoming the biggest fucking Hollywood actor, and then one day he's like, I'm back, bitches.
Yeah. With the Elvis shades and he's like, I'm back.
Yeah, like a little Terminator. I'll be back. Something like that. That would be kind of funny.
I'll be back. Another Terminator.
Love that so much.
So, the movie, you said that you think that they will explain the new Papa, the old new Papa, whatever. In case there will be a new Papa, do you think that they will actually reveal him in the movie, or do you think that there will be a follow-up chapter where they'll be like, here's a new Papa, do with him whatever?
I think we'll get teased, and then we'll all cry and scream about it. And then we'll be rewatching the movie over and over again, and then eventually we'll get a new chapter, much like we did when Copia first came, and they gave us to Silhouette, and then they just cut it off, and we're like, okay, thanks, I guess.
And then New Blood, and then there's Cardi.
Yep. So I think they're gonna give us such a good tease, and then it goes black, and we're all going to just be collectively screaming at the movie.
Yeah, like that thing of SpongeBob in his brain, everything's on fire, they're all running around.
That's gonna be us. What's his name?
Oh my god. Part of me just the biggest part of me cannot wait. The other part is already overwhelmed with everything that's going to come in 2024.
Overstimulated right now.
Oh, dude. I was not doing good. The second I was like, this is too much information. I was like, I love this thing, but guys, you gotta spoon feed it to me. I can't deal with this right now.
You know, like, there has to be a point with the last actual Instagram post. You know, thank you for like your patience throughout our silence. Listen, we've been patient enough. Go ahead, give us a little something. Just go ahead, just a little bit. There is an end to our patience. It is now. Give us something. Or we're told crazy.
See, the thing is like, not to brag, I've been in fandom for so long. The longest fandom update that ever took for something I was interested in was 10 years. So this is nothing to me. I'm like, yeah, I can wait.
Oh my god. 10 years.
A devoted fan.
Because I was into an old game, and it got released in 98, and we didn't get a sequel until 2008, I think it was.
Oh, which game?
It was Nights into Dreams for Sega Saturn.
Huh.
So
fuck me.
You want to talk about
10
years. So it's like when everyone I feel like that gif from, I think it's what is it, Supernatural, where the whole bar is being destroyed and the guy is holding his head running around, and like the guy in the front's just drinking. That's me, because I'm used to it.
Oh my god.
At this point.
My god.
So,
I could never.
Or so I'm just like, yeah, or I've had to wait for like Zelda installments. I've had to wait for I remember Breath of the Wild got pushed back a year. So everyone's like, I need something now, and I'm like, okay, time to find next brain rot. We'll shelf this for now.
You mentioning back then when nobody really knew who Papa was. Have you ever came up with you thinking, oh yeah, maybe it is Tobias Forge? Have you thought, like, was Tobias on your radar where you were like, maybe it could be that guy under the mask? Was there ever something like that, or were you like, yeah, I have no idea who that guy is, or maybe you were like, oh, maybe it's, I don't know, whoever. Was there ever something like that?
Yes.
Really? Oh my god.
I found out years later that in the music scene in Sweden, it was the worst kept secret.
Yeah.
I remember pre-lawsuit, like, I'll never forget this, scrolling through Google looking for Papa 3 and seeing a picture of Tobias, and everyone was like, an article, and it was like, yeah, we think this is this guy from Repugnant, Tobias Forge. He's probably Papa. And I was like, nah.
That
can't be. No, not him. No.
He looks like a Hot Topic manager.
I was like, oh, that doesn't look like his scene.
A Hot Topic manager.
To me, he just looked like a guy that might not be his scene or his shtick, and I was like, I don't know. Like, I looked at him up, and I was like, oh, he does like metal. Maybe not. So, like,
if there's
it was like lost you.
If there's anybody out there good with edits, could you please Photoshop Tobias managing a Hot Topic store? That would be amazing. I would love to see that. That would be incredible. I would love to see that.
We need it. Specifically has to be the image where he was at a counter signing in Australia.
Please, yes.
And put him at the Hot Topic.
Exactly that one. Perfect.
love it.
His he's looking like this, like kind
Yeah.
of signing. He's like so confused. He's like has no idea what's going on, and that's the way he would manage that store, no doubt in my mind.
I mean, you'd be happy ghost shirts were there.
Yes.
You know what? Speaking of hot topic, I think we all see that you're wearing a little ghost shirt there. Are you
Oh.
are you into the merch, the ghost merch? Do you like it? Do you buy a lot?
Jillian, you know my sins. Yeah. I have a pretty. I'd like to think it's a pretty substantial collection.
Yes.
I have a huge collection. I get questions about it constantly. I would not call myself somebody who has like the almighty grail collection, but I think I got a pretty good.
You do.
Thank you. And you've helped me. She helped me get a House of Doom vinyl.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
so
she
happy
told
you
me.
got that.
Because I missed every single drop by like a minute, and they would sell out. And I cried to you. I was like, please help me. You helped everyone else.
I got you. I sent you the link. There's even more. If anybody's listening, I believe there's still more you can buy. So just DM me. I'll send you the link.
Do you have a?
If anyone's,
yeah, sorry.
I was gonna say if anyone was curious about House of Doom, it's with Messiah Marcolin from Candlemass, who was the original choice for Papa. So if you want to support a great musician who could have been Papa, grab one of those vinyls.
Do you have a favorite piece in your collection?
I have one because it was from my girlfriend.
Oh.
So I do have a couple. I have my first Ghost Eat a Bag that was signed by Tobias. I was in one of the last shows where he was at the buses.
Mm-hmm.
So I was not the first person to make an Eat a Bag, but I was the first person to show him what one was.
Hell yeah.
And, my girlfriend, back when she was courting me, got me a Knuckle Bones Papa 3.
Aww.
Oh, cool. That's a good present.
Yeah, I love her so much. She got me my ghost wallet too, so like those to me are priceless.
Yeah.
The Terzo one?
The purse one that's like this big.
Lucky duck.
Oh yeah, she's good. And then I have a stage used Omega pick.
Oh,
nice.
Wow. Okay, that is really cool.
Those are things to brag about, genuinely. You have a really good collection, and people should check out your TikTok. Because you're also so informative to the fans, and that's what I really appreciate about you.
Thank you. I try to be. I don't always get it right, but I try to, I remember being new. I remember being like, what's an alpha and omega? Like how do you tell? I remember one of the reasons I never saw Popestar was because I had never been to concert scenes and thought they were all like hundreds of dollars. And I'm like, wow, if I can help other people kind of learn the ropes, I know I would have appreciated that when I was new.
Absolutely. I think I've mentioned it before. When I got into the fandom, I was so confused. I generally thought that Primo and Terzo were totally different people under the mask. I did not believe that was the same guy because I was like, you know what, that Tobias dude, he looks so young. How could he look like that? Like, and then looking at Primo.
Same.
And then I found these YouTube videos. What are they called? There are two of them.
Is it the Ghost Iceberg ones?
No, it's from just another sad Zoomer. I just looked it up. It's called an unhelpful guide to Ghost. And this video is so hilarious, especially the first one. I just love it. I've binge watched it many times back then. And this is what actually got me like to understand. So I think people who are very, very like have like they have a like so much knowledge and actually know their shit are really important in this fandom where there's so much lore to the band itself.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and I get what you're saying because there was a whole year I couldn't tell Papa 1 and 2 apart. And now I'm like, oh, I see a fraction of the face paint. It's more rounded. That's Papa 1.
Yep. Instantly. It's like, yep, I know him.
I joke about this on TikTok all the time, but like I joke about people telling ghouls apart with their hands, and I'm like, I'm not joking. You can.
I think I can only
We have
tell
to.
Sodo's hands because they're so veiny. I think they're the only ones I can I can tell. Yeah.
Yeah. I used to be able to tell Alpha Pictures, because he's got the 2 heart tattoos.
Yeah.
And then Omega had his rings, and then Chris had a ring and a chain, stuff like that. But it's like that. You get really good really fast.
Yep.
You've mentioned Repugnant earlier. Are you into Repugnant?
I'm not Jillian levels into it. But I'm really interested in it as I'm trying to get more into metal. So I took a break from it because I lost a bid for Epitome of Darkness. So I got mad at it. Yeah, I was this close to getting it, so I lost the bid, and I was like, you know what? I'm not listening to it now.
Just out of spite.
So relatable. It's so relatable.
But I really am interested in it from a
Collector viewpoint? No.
brain no work. From like a music scene, like seeing like where it came from, how it came from, like.
Well, I have a podcast for you? You wouldn't believe. Yeah, I mean, we've done, I think, two Repugnant episodes. Yeah, one with just Joy and one with Brad and Chris. And if you really want to get into Repugnant, try to understand, I would definitely suggest the one with Brad and Chris, because their knowledge can't be topped.
Fountains of knowledge.
Yes, absolutely. They know their shit.
Oh yeah. Brad knows his Repugnant.
Oh yeah.
That's where I get my info.
Yeah.
I'll definitely have to check that out because I really appreciate metal as a genre, and I wanted to get more into it. And I know it's kind of Repugnant just doesn't do anything new, but maybe he used his Mary Gore moniker. Maybe something else will come from it one day.
Maybe one day.
I hope so.
Let's manifest that.
Really cool. At least one Mary Gore cameo in a chapter.
Oh
I
God.
would lose my mind.
That would break the internet.
I would lose my mind. Jillian, can you imagine? Oh my God.
She would be a mess.
I would just love Mary Gore, full sprinting, tackling Copia, and then no one says anything about it.
They're rambling a little bit, and then Mary Gore leaves, and there's just like a hint of blood on Papa's face. I think I would be in a coma because that would be it for me.
Yes,
I would be done. A little subvision.
All the Mary Gore fans would send.
A little subvision playing in the background, and that would be my death. That would be the death of me.
Like, that's how she wanted to go.
Yeah, I would die happy. God. Speaking of the merch again, are you have you ever thought about something that they could maybe release that you would be really into?
Definitely a Papa 3 plush, just because that's my man. They've already kind of made everything I would want, but I wouldn't mind like more of the beaded rosaries, but I would like an anniversary set, like one theme from each Papa. Like,
that would be great. Yeah.
So like a gold and like a red, and then I'd love that. They've already kind of beat me to every single idea. I mean, we got a lava lamp, so it's like, what more could I ask for?
Did you like the lava lamp? The design?
I'm one of the few people I think that unironically love the lava lamp.
Really?
I just wish it was more. I just wish it was a little more.
That's what I wanted. I would have preferred if the lava lamp had like the base and the top had artwork all over it instead of just the logo. But I loved the concept of it. If you've seen the Cosplayer Marina,
hers was amazing.
The Kiss the Go-Go one?
Yes.
Like the 7 inches Titanic.
Album.
Yeah.
I would have bought that instantly.
Right?
I would have loved it.
And I was like, see, she's got the
Yeah.
design flair. Like that's
Come on, Global. Get on it.
come on, because it's so thematically appropriate for that era.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I did like the lava lamp. Just for the amount we paid for it, I would have loved more design work for it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we've talked about it, but for the new album, do you think that there's going to be a like a theme? More back to the roots, or what do you think?
I think so they said the empire is built, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is kind of hard because Impera is both the rise and fall and cycles of empires. But I feel like it went from Pikel, which is being ravaged by plague, Impera, which was being reborn in centuries later and getting stronger. I think the new album is going to follow either the internal corruption or the slow death of an empire based on the greed and infighting that happens during these times. So
that's what I'm thinking too.
That's what I would want, especially because we had like the Caligula coin, which was and an assassined Roman emperor who got betrayed by his own people. So that's such a huge and like we get excuse me, we got like similar themes in Cal, which was these infighting or a lot of people betray you. What if we got surviving that and like even though the empire is gone, you still come out of it unscathed?
Ooh, like a soul survivor kind of thing.
Everything's taken away, the empire is gone, but you're the one person.
Oh shit! Cool.
Wow.